guys, it's Tom Court here. Welcome back to another episode of Tricks of the Trade. Please feel free to check the link below to get any of my merch or custom t-shirts that you see in these videos. Also subscribe to my channel, like or dislike this video, it really helps. Every like helps, every dislike helps, and every comment helps. So please get involved in the chat below. Right, let's get into it. Today is a really interesting trick, not for the individual trick, but for the theory behind the trick. I did a video on double grabs not so long ago. This is a single double grab trick, and I think double grabs are incredibly beneficial for you to learn because it really makes you aware of coordination with your hands, and unlike many other board sports, kiteboarding really relies on hand-to-hand coordination more than most. So you've got your switch and regular stances, but you've also got your switch and regular hands and which hands you like to use best. So this trick is the nose grab, tail grab, front roll to blind. So it's quite a technical trick, but without being too technical. So you can really play around with the mixture of your hand control, your leg control, and your general coordination within a trick. So let's get stuck into the front roll, nose grab, tail grab to blind, hooked in. Okay, so just like a regular front roll or any regular trick, you want to be coming into this with speed. It's important to have the speed and nice edge control. To start trying this, it'd be a lot easier if you start in flat water, but you want to come into this with a nice heel side grip, kite turning up to the top of the window so that it allows you to get a nice clean takeoff. Sheet in onto the takeoff. Have your hands in the center of the bar. This is really important because you need to minimize kite movement through inadvertent hand movement. So you want to have your hand as close to the center of the bar as possible. As you go into the front roll, you let go with your front hand, which means you need to have the kite at about 12 o'clock. You don't want the kite too far back because any inadvertent movement you're going to have in your hands is going to steer it further back whilst you're grabbing nose. So what you want to do is a nice edged pop takeoff through your heel edge with your upper body leaning backwards. Let go with that front hand and bring the nose of the board up to your hand. Don't lean down too much to the nose of the board. Bring the nose of the board up to your hand as you go into that front roll. Lock that first front roll grab, bearing in mind that it's your back hand that's still on the bar, so you don't want to be pulling on the bar, you just want to be keeping the sheeting pressure down without steering the kite too much. Make that nose grab quite quick. Just lock the grab and don't do too much with the kite. And then once you release that nose grab, you want to then put that front hand back on the bar as quickly as possible. As you put that front hand back on the bar, you want to release the back hand. So you're switching from nose grab to tail grab. So the front roll rotation is triggered by that first nose grab that you're doing. It's sending your upper body weight forwards, which otherwise if you just went into a front roll tail grab straight, you wouldn't have that forward body sort of position. So in a way, going into a front roll with a nose grab is almost easier than a front roll with a tail grab, especially with an early grab. So the rotation is driven by your upper body and your legs follow that rotation that your upper body gives. So once you let go with that nose grab, put that hand back on the bar and immediately switch hands, letting the back hand go, locking into that tail grab. You can see how much weight I am putting through the hook. Bearing in mind this is a hooked in trick, you want to keep your axis of rotation revolving around your harness loop so that you don't fly off axis and that it allows you the freedom of movement in your legs to switch that backside 180 into blind through the landing. So it goes from a very shoulder driven rotation into a very leg driven rotation for that last backside 180, keeping those hips nice and loose, but at the same time keeping your upper body weight levered against the power of the kite so that you can land with your center of balance vertical, your weight over the board. Always remember to over rotate into a backside 180, like if you're switching to blind, rotate further than you think you need to initially. Release that tail grab and use that back shoulder to send that backside 180 into a full, slightly over 180 rotation. Make sure that you then stomp it and ride away.